Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. So I did try to film a live intro for you guys, but I had a migraine when I was filming and I looked absolutely miserable, so I just decided to scrap it and do a voiceover. So this is the look that I did, and it's an Lion King inspired look, and it came at the perfect time because I got the brand new Safari Raine palette from Colored Raine. So if you like to see how I created it, just keep watching. So starting with the darkest shade in the palette, Matriarch, it's a cool tone, dark brown. I used their blending brush that they sent me, which is absolutely lovely, guys. I cannot tell you how happy I am with this brush. I just packed it on, you know how I do, right in the center, and I blend it up towards my brow and out towards the bridge of my nose. So I'm just packing that on in swift circular motions and then diffusing the line. So next I'm using the shade Clay from the same palette, and I'm just packing that right on top and blending it down into Matriarch so I can try to start building up a gradient. I did end up using just one or two other shades from the James palette just to help really bring this look together, but for the majority of this look it's all using the Colored Raine palette. So I did use Rusted and 518 from the James palette here just to give it a little bit more color. And once I got the gradient the way that I wanted, I cut my crease like I always do. So this is just, I just decided to add this in so that you guys can always see my process. Also, they sent me a flat brush, which is supposed to be a shadow brush, but it was so flat and tiny that I wanted to try to use it as a cut crease brush, and it worked well enough. So taking that same brush, I went in with the shade Congo Basin from the Safari Raine palette, and I'm just laying a base for this because there's going to be shimmer on top, as you could see in my pictures in my intro. I do love this color. It's a very swampy kind of olive green, very muted. And then I went back in with the shade Clay, and I'm just packing that on to the end of my half cut crease, and I'm kind of blending backwards into Congo Basin. These don't need to be super blended together just because I'm laying them as a base and there's going to be something on top of them, but I am a perfectionist, so I did blend just a smidge. So using that same brush, I went in with Green Valley from the Safari Raine palette, and I just started packing it in. I love these shimmers. This particular shimmer, there's two shimmers in here that are just slightly stiff. This is one of them, but it's still shown beautifully on camera and in my pictures, so I absolutely love it. So I just did about half of my cut crease with it, and then I went in with the shade Tigress, which is also a shimmer, and I just put that on the back end of my half cut crease, and then I kind of blended out and diffused the middle of it so that it looks like a full blend. You know how I feel about continuity. And I did take my time with blending these. Tigress has fallout, Green Valley really doesn't, so it was easier to put more Tigress on and then blend backwards into Green Valley. So once I had those the way that I want them, I went back in with Matriarch in that same little brush, and I'm just knocking out the end of my half cut crease and giving it the blowout that I want, if that's the word I would use. I just want it to be really consistent, so I didn't want to leave anything hanging. I didn't want to have any concealer anywhere. And once I had that down, I just put on liner and did the lashes. They sent me a pair of lashes and they are so lovely. So I'm using the Superstay foundation, the 24-hour foundation from Maybelline in the shade Coconut or 355, which is my shade. I know the Revlon 410 was a little dark in my last video. I finally went and re-upped. Don't judge me. This is my shade. So I look like a butterfly, and I'm using my Better Skin concealer from Maybelline in the shade Medium Deep, as I always do, and I just put them where you're supposed to put them, and I blended them out, and I'm living my best life. I'm pretty sure I'm listening to Twerk City. My blending brush is Fairly Blending Brush. Wow. My beauty blender, rather, is fairly damp and it's warm. I've noticed that if it's cold water, my face does not blend out as well, and it's really annoying and it's uncomfortable. So now I'm taking the shade 02 setting powder from Milani, and I'm just setting all the high points on my face where I put concealer, as I always do. I just wanted to get back into doing a full face on video. I don't do them very often because people just want to see my eye looks, but some people do want to see my process, so a few videos here or there I'll be doing full faces. So now I'm taking my Prime Beauty Brownsville bronzer, mouthful, and there's a very dense brush that came with the powders from Milani. I'm using one of those brushes and just buffing out my contour. I don't use a cream contour. Should I use a cream contour? Put it in the comments below, excuse me, if you think that I should. I've never tried them. I feel like they would be too harsh on my skin, but that's also because I'm inexperienced at using cream contours. So if you think I should, or if I should just keep doing what I'm doing, either way, just let me know. So to complete my eye look, I went underneath on my waterline and I put black. So I just used Spooky from the James palette, and I kind of smoked out my lash line. It looks pretty harsh. I did go back in and diffuse it with other colors from the Safari Raine, which you will see here in a second, but I just wanted to do something a little bit smokier. So then I went back in with the shade Matriarch, and I also went over that with clay and with 518. So now I'm putting on my highlight, and that is Bourgeois from Colored Raine, and it's a very pretty coppery highlight. I love it. And I'm also using La Bronze from Jackie Aina and Artist Couture. And then I lined my lips with just a regular black lip liner, and I'm using the lipstick from the Colored Raine PR, and it's Huntress, I believe. It's a very dark brown. And then I went back in, and in the center I used the Colored Raine lipstick in May She Rain, because I wanted to give it a little dimension, that's all. Usually I love just a brown, but I just wanted just a little bit extra. You see my highlight? Popping. Yes, bitch. Fixing my smile lines that are super annoying. So I'm just putting May She Rain right in the center, really, and just kind of softening that brown. So then over the top of that, I use Luna from Anastasia Beverly Hills to finish out my look, and this is the completed eye look. I did do my scar off camera, I'm sorry, it was just taking so long and I had such a bad headache, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, let me know, and I will see you guys next time. Love you.